Hey guys, today I have a possibly exciting video for any of you old school viewers. I have, for the first time in 3 years, I think, made an order from Viovet, showing you that box didn't reveal anything because they don't have it printed on their box anymore. Viovet is a company based over in the UK that I used to order from all the time. I have a whole playlist of haul videos from Viovet, but I stopped ordering from them a long time ago, not for any particular dark tea spilling reason, just simply because there wasn't anything I wanted to buy from there. I bought everything. I went on their site in September looking for a naturally shed antler chew to replace the buffalo horn that after 9 months Rodney has finally destroyed. And of course I ended up ordering a bunch of other stuff. But because it takes 2 weeks for anything to arrive in Cyprus, I have no idea what I bought. So let's find out together, shall we? Well, it appears we have at least one layer of bubble wrap, which is good, but that is literally the only wrapping. I mean, is there bubble wrap on the bottom? No. No bubble wrap on the bottom. Okay, so years ago, when I made an order from them, I had an issue with there being no packaging. None of the items arrived bubble wrapped, which is really unusual for Viovet, and it bugs me a little bit more because of the fact that this has been delivered abroad, and they should definitely be bubble wrapping things when they're sending them abroad. This is how it's arrived. Not a single bit of packaging. This time I 100% made sure that I put in that note box to bubble wrap it because my last order had a damaged item in it because it was not bubble wrapped. And they said that this was something they were going to look into, they were going to fix, it was never going to happen again. And from what I remember, it didn't. Everything after that was well packaged. Now this is 3 years later and just one sheet of bubble wrap. Amazingly though, this seems to be the only parcel I've had delivered from anywhere this year that hasn't arrived completely bashed to bits. Packaging issues aside, there's a good look at what we've got. We have a really full box. I ordered a lot of stuff. I don't remember any of this. I was gonna say we'll go through this in no particular order, but we might as well start with the item I actually went on there to buy, and that is the natural antler dog chew. So there's nothing particularly fancy about this. It is just a normal, straight, small-sized antler. It does warn on the label that it's not safe for human consumption, which is of course really important because I'm always having cravings for deer antler and I just need that reminder to stop me gnashing down on one. Apparently this came from Scottish Highland and European deer. No additives or preservatives, suitable for puppies, long-lasting, low in fat, and helps to clean dogs' teeth. By the way, the reason I got one of these for Rodney and not for John is because Rodney is still teething, and if you don't give him something to chew on, he will find his own things to chew on. The next items I have are 2 of the small Furry corn Rattle, toss, roll and rattle toys. Clearly had lots of spare ends when they were naming these things. I'm assuming that I ordered these for Zinc since he is my only chewer, and I've got 2 of them, which I'm guessing means I presumed it was for someone who was going to get through them quickly. But these are actually pretty adorable for this time of year anyway. When I'm filming this, it is October, and so if you were doing, you know, an October Halloween themed cage, something like this could be really cute in there. They are really, really brightly coloured. When you break it down, these toys are very simple and you'd probably be able to DIY them yourself quite easily. In fact, I think at some point in the future I may have to make these in my Make It For Less series because all they are is a cardboard tube with Sisal wrapped around them and something rattly inside. I can't remember what that is. I would think it's probably seeds or nuts or something, but it doesn't say on the packaging. Future me jumping in for just a second. I am editing this video right now and I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to find out what the thing is inside this that makes it rattle, and every website just says a rattle, and I have become so frustrated and curious as to what is making that sound that I'm actually going to cut one of these open to find out. I think I'm going to go in from this end and just cut through the paper. So here's what came out. They are tiny seeds of some kind, but I have no idea what those seeds are. So now, I'm gonna spend 20 minutes trying to identify these seeds. The next item I have is the Rosewood Boredom Breaker Play Veg Carrots, and once again these are just cardboard carrots wrapped in sisal string, and then they have some natural grassy materials on top. They have corn leaf on top. That's what that stuff is. I absolutely love these and I have no idea why I have not ordered them for so many years because they are fantastic, very simple chew to put in your cage. I think I had it in my head for a while that I wasn't going to buy any because they would be so easy to make, and then I just never got around to making them. Now Rosewood also has a toy called the Carrot Play Patch, so while you can buy these and use them just as they are, they're also a perfect refill for that product. The next item is the Rosewood Naturals Weave a Ball in the large size. As you can see, this is pretty big. This is just a willow ball that is filled with premium hay and meadow flowers, and there is a lot of fallout with the hay. It's just filling the packaging. I'll be honest, I don't see any flowers in this thing. I'm just seeing a lot of hay. I'm not sure, maybe the flowers are like really tucked in to the middle of the ball inside the hay. We'll have to see later on. I think I'm probably going to end up giving this to Iodine simply because it is so big and big toys, Syrian sized toys, are hard to find. So I think she might appreciate that. On the other hand though, she may just completely ignore it, which sounds more like something Iodine would do. I am getting pins and needles in my feet. Ow, 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 can't feel my toes. And now I'm short. I have a pair of pears. So it seems that I finally gave in, and after years of putting these in and out of my basket, finally bought some of the fruity houses. These are made by the brand Classic, and if I remember correctly, when you order on the site, you don't get to pick which fruit you get, it's just randomly allocated. And so I apparently got a pair of pears, but I'm sure they also do strawberries, and I think, is it an orange, the other fruit? So I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you want some of the fruit houses and you're trying to get all of them, maybe don't order multiples at once, because it seems like instead of putting in different ones, they just put in two of the same. Seems a bit strange. You'd think if someone was ordering multiples, they'd want different ones. Personally, it doesn't bother me because I of course have more than one small animal, and I wasn't intending to give one animal both houses anyway. The pear houses are actually quite a good size. I could see Iodine fitting in one of these, although she's not a huge Syrian, especially for a female. She's just over 100 grams, which is pretty small, but I definitely think she could fit. And then a dwarf could absolutely fit in there and have lots of room. Also, I love that they don't have bottoms on them. This is the one thing I hate about plastic houses, is that they always have bottoms on them, and if you can't take the top off the house, if it's not one of those that comes apart into two pieces, they are really hard to clean. So not having a base on makes things so much easier. Speaking of houses that have bottoms, I ordered one of the Classic jungle houses, and this guy has two bottoms. He has a bottom and he has a bottom. So this collection consists of a hippo, a lion, and an elephant. They are all freaking adorable, although I've seen them all in different colours. The ones I used to have was a pink elephant, I've got a purple hippo, and then of course you have the yellow lion, but I've also seen the elephant in red and purple. Over the years, the jungle houses have kind of become a staple in hamster cages. So many people have them, so many people love them, and when you look at them you can understand why. They are so cute, and so I'm kind of just building up my classics collection of things that really every hamster hobbyist should have. The next item is called the Nor Tea Straub. Apparently we've got excess T's as well as N's, and it's by the brand Sharpless, which is missing an S. What is going on with people's letters? Now this is a flavoured chew toy, and I assume because it's strawberry shaped, it should be strawberry flavoured. I don't know. I may have to confirm that for you. But these are made to be attached to the side of your cage. They have a hole going through them and they come with their own wire, so they're very easy to attach. Makes it a little more challenging for your hamster or other animal to chew on, which is of course good for them. Challenge is always a positive thing. I'd love to know though why it has such a large packaging. Like the item itself, this is it. This tiny little thing here, that's it. But it has all this, and I don't understand why. I mean, even on the back, the paragraph takes up that much space, and then you have just this much empty card. Who designed this? Let's see if it smells of anything. Now, I used to use these, again, many years ago, probably back when I first started my channel, which was, what, 7.5 years ago? And I haven't used any since, not for any particular reason, I just haven't used any. So I don't remember if they are scented. I can't smell anything. All I can smell is the wood itself, which kind of smells like balsa wood, but it doesn't say what wood it's made from. But I'm definitely not smelling any kind of strawberry or any other fruit or any kind of sweet smell at all. I can just smell the wood. So how flavoured these actually are, not sure, but it is very cute. The next item comes in two parts. It is a simple igloo house. This one is in a very I mean, I was going to say obnoxious green, but actually it's a little more of a foresty green. It's a little darker, which is nice because so many small pet products are in very neon bright colours. The two parts of this house clip together very easily and you end up with this nice little igloo, which is definitely big enough for a Syrian, or again at least a smaller Syrian. I'd say anything under 150 grams is going to fit in there with no issues. It's definitely big enough for dwarfs. It has two little hooks on the back, so you can actually hook it up onto the side of your cage if you have a barred cage. I'm not sure how sturdy they are, because they are just two small plastic hooks, and I feel like once the hamster goes in, unless it's a dwarf, it may weigh the house down a little too much. So I would say if you've got a Syrian and you're using one of these, maybe don't hook it to the bars. The next item I have is 3 new water bottles. Unfortunately, plastic water bottles don't last very long and I have to replace them at least once a year, if not once every 6 months. And I am trying to get my hands on glass water bottles, but I can't find anywhere that will ship them out here and I can't find any locally, so stuck with plastic ones. Anyway, this time I decided to get the classic mini drinking bottles. I used to use mini ones, then I switched back to regular sized ones, and regular sized ones just kind of seem a bit pointless to me because hamsters and mice and other small rodents can't get through that much water, and you're supposed to be changing their water every couple of days anyway, so you end up wasting more water. So with the smaller bottles you can fill them right up and your hamster will still probably not get through all of that before they need changing again, but you're at least wasting less water. And just like with all of the plastic water bottles, these come with a sturdy wire on the inside of them, and you can take that out and use it to attach it to the bars of a cage. We're nearly there now. We're down to the last 2 items. My voice is starting to go. I'm starting to croak. Come on, we can make it through. This next item I definitely got for Zinc because I know how much he loves his current one. I got him a second Sputnik. These things are great. I have used them frequently throughout the years, but my hamsters like them, but they never really truly love them the way Zinc does. I think the reason he loves his Sputnik so much is not only because it provides him a high up hiding space that he can watch his territory from, but also because unlike hammocks, this actually has a lid on it, so he's got that added security of being undercover. Now the Sputniks do come in 2 pieces and you just pop them together very easily, so they are very easy to take apart and clean, and they have the little hooks on each leg so you can hang them from the top of your cage, which is what most people do, but you can also turn it the other way up and have it in the bottom of your cage, which is what I usually do if I'm using it with a hamster. Now unfortunately this one has come in an obnoxious green. It's a very bright, in-your-face lime green, but in all honesty, looking at the muddle that is Zinc's cage, I don't think it's going to stand out too badly. And finally, the last item in this haul is a flying saucer wheel. I have a DIY one of these that I tried with Zinc when I first got him, and he used it a bit and then he ignored it. And then I tried him with traditional wheels. I tried him with a commercial traditional wheel and a homemade traditional wheel. Again, ignored it. So now, last resort, I'm going to try him with a commercial saucer wheel. I just want to make sure that I have offered him every possible option before I just give up and say, oh well, he's one of those mice that just doesn't like wheels. And it's not really a big deal if he doesn't like this because I got it in a size that's going to be suitable for both him and dwarf hamsters, so if he doesn't like it, I may end up giving it to Osmium. I personally love flying saucers because they offer the hamster a more natural running surface. There's much less risk of their back arching, again, as long as you buy the right size. The problem with saucers, if you get one that's too small, instead of their back arching, their back actually curves a weird sort of sideways on angle. The only real downside is that they do take up more space in a cage than a traditional wheel does, but other than that, they do make fantastic exercise wheels. Well, I am very glad that was the last item because at this point I am really struggling to carry on talking. My throat is so sore, so I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You can also share this video with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, let me know in the comment section below what your favorite item from this haul was, and if you have any of these items for your hamster. Do they love it? Do they hate it? What do they think of it? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. Would you like a Sisal carrot? Oh, yes you would. Okay, cool. Oh, can I get it for you? There you are. There you go. Oh, oh my goodness.